But then you just pause the watch along and then catch up.
Yeah, I almost did that.
Almost.
Instead, I said, you know what? No. My hero dev, probably. A lot of people have said that.
People say that?
People, I mean, my kids.
I'll shoot you straight. I've never.
Really? Well, a lot of people, they say it private. They don't want other people to know.
I mean, I don't.
That's what they say. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Presented by Nobody, live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Man, I thought today was going to be a dud. Probably no trades are going to happen, and, you know, Yoke's probably going to sit. Christian Braun's going to sit. Not the case. Nuggets are at Madison Square Garden, and we're going to get to watch our favorite players play for the Denver Nuggets. We're going to talk about that, talk about the trades. Also, I got a Murray All-Star Game update. Yeah. I got a Murray All-Star. I know everybody wants to talk All-Star.
Oh, man.
I got Superstar Dev in the building.
I'm ready for this game. I'm ready for this one. I like that Knicks team. I want to see if the boys are going to battle with them, especially after how they played last night. I think this is a good bounce back spot.
I feel like they owe it to us to play better,
They
you
sure
know?
do. Us especially.
Us especially, man, here. Even D-line.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. In many ways, I owe them. I owe them my life. And they could play better. That'd be sick.
Could play better.
I'm hoping for a fun night with the fellas. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've been at each other's throats during this period.
Yeah,
we're not communicating. Dev called me a swear word I've never even heard before.
Yeah, I've been working on that. Spend time with my grandma.
It sucks. It's bad. So
they had to reach back in the day. Had to go back to an earlier version of English. We got the New York Knicks tonight, and 2 weeks ago, the Knicks were a disaster. Did you guys see this? They had not lost 9 of 11.
Yeah.
Who lost 9 of 11?
The Knicks.
New York.
9 of 11.
9 of 11.
Are you?
Stop. No, stop. Stop. They lost 9 of 11, but now they have won 8 in a row.
Okay.
So now they are on a run. Let me see if I counted that right.
Nice
7 in a row. 7 in a row.
Nice back bounce.
So I don't know what to make of this team, to be honest with you, man. Like they were in a real slump, and I think it was one of those things. Like 2 weeks ago, they were looking at each other, and they were, you know, OG had been talking about a new role. I want a new role. They're not passing me. Cat is saying, well, this coach doesn't let me play the way I did. I kind of thought they were headed for a disaster, and they're kind of a success story in that it just was a midseason swoon. You go through it, and they came out of it now, and they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, they're on the second night of a back-to-back, but their back-to-back was against the Wizards, which doesn't count if it's other teams that blow out the Wizards. It would count if it was Denver. I'll tell you that, though, because it would have been a dogfight. Yeah. But with them, they won by like 20+. That's a tough one. They seem to be like going in the right direction since that moment. And then we're getting closer to the All-Star break. So, yeah, I don't know what to take of this one. It's 2 very good teams that are going to be battling it out. This is a tough stretch for Denver also. Like, they're playing all the good teams, for real.
That's why Yoke came back. He's like, oh, the schedule gets tough. I'll come back, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, are you watching the Knicks lately? Are you locked in?
Knicks are a team that I have some belief in. They obviously performed, I think, above, well, I don't know, obviously, but I think they performed above their weight last year. Like, I think that they, I thought they would kind of build on it more, what they accomplished last year. So, I don't know, man. I'm interested. It seems weird that guys that have such, like, a bond and a history together would be able to fall out of favor, like, so I don't know what the hell's going on there. I'm interested in them, though.
They have beaten Sacramento, Washington, Brooklyn. I mean, this is the NBA. We're like, they're on a streak.
They went through that Nuggets.
They went through that.
Right,
they went through that. Yeah.
All right. That does change it a little bit.
They did beat the Lakers, and they beat them pretty decently, and they did beat the Sixers very narrowly. So those are the good ones. And even the Toronto Raptors, who honestly have been balling lately, they beat them like a drum. So, you know, I'm not quite sure what to make of this one, but the big story to me is the Nuggets are on a second night of a back-to-back. This is their 5th back-to-back in 14 games. 10 of their last 14 have been either the front end or back end of a back-to-back. It does lighten up after this. Things do slow down. They get a couple days off. to me, this game is sort of symbolic because they just lost 2 games in a row to very good teams. In fact, the 2 best teams in the NBA, Oklahoma City and Detroit, and they lost to them. One was a blowout. One we saw last night. I think they should have won and just didn't. But it is now a 2-game losing streak. And if you lose another one, it becomes a 3-game losing streak, which I believe would be the first 3-game losing streak of the entire year. So in a weird way, I think this is a big one for Denver. Good teams go a whole year without getting one of those losing streaks. Yep, I just confirmed. Denver has not lost 3 games in a row this year. So I kind of feel like this is an important one for just don't let it happen. No losing streaks.
Yeah. No, it's wild. The weight of the last 2 games have been immense. It feels like we are on a 10-game skid, and we've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And it was because the last game was so out of character for the Denver Nuggets. It was like none of us, the last 2 rather, like, I didn't recognize the team half the time. They just looked shook. It was weird. So they absolutely have to turn it around because I don't think they're just like losing. I think they're like kind of, I don't know, feeling like they're losing their identity a little bit.
Or just struggling to regain the identity now with Jokic. And I honestly think, I wasn't on the show yesterday. If we did like a quick hangover takes, it does feel a little bit like the team evolved to survive without Jokic. They used a lot of energy. Peyton Watson played freely, all these different things. And now Jokic's back. There is a mix of like, Jokic had that great first game. We thought everything was great. The last 2, I feel like Jokic's been a little weird. Wouldn't you? Especially this last game against Detroit. I wasn't on the show. Very weird game from him, man.
Yeah, I think that he also seen how they were playing, and I'm sure he wants that to keep up because that was a team that battled, a team that had to work together and not relying, so much on one player. And then that player comes back, he becomes the oddball because it's like, hey, I want you guys to play with that same effort and I'll be able to fit in and adjust. But, that doesn't seem to be, his thing because of how talented he is, how good he is. So I do think it's like him trying to calibrate of like, this is when I should step in, this is when I should not. That was just uncharacteristic of him of like, I don't know what to do right now.
We were talking about this before, D-Line, but it kind of feels like this is the first time, and it's only 2 games, but it kind of feels like the first time Jokic is trying to fit in. It's always him carrying, and then other guys kind of show up. That last game kind of felt a little bit like Jokic was off, and I just wonder, he's playing tonight. I wonder if they won last night if he sits this one, coming back from injury, same with CB. And I almost wonder if there's a little, we don't know this, so I'm just saying it's how I would feel if I were Jokic. No, I'm just saying if I were Jokic, this is how I'd feel. I wonder if there's a little bit of like, I got to get a win for these guys, man. They've been carrying me, and I got to get a win for them.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I also wouldn't be surprised if he just felt like he wanted to redeem himself. That was the strangest Jokic performance ever. He seemed like hapless at the time. He had 4 turnovers or bad plays in a row. I've never seen him do that. 4 in a row. Dude.
That second quarter run was...
Yes, where he like lost the ball, threw it out of bounds, got it stolen. It's like, what is happening? Takes a bad 3, misses a shot. And you're like, bro, what is going on? What is happening? So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jokic feels like he just wants to get back to where he needs to be.
Well, I think the other thing, and I see somebody in the comments right now is making this point, that Detroit and Oklahoma City both have the same game plan. Get physical.
Yep.
Get really physical. And look, there were some calls that went missed on Jokic. The one in the 4th quarter that turned into a fast break the other way to me was like an unforgivable miss. But at the same time, Denver shot 40 free throws, and I think teams just believe when we play Denver, give them 40 free throws. Because what we're not going to give them is an inch. And sometimes guys like Jokic and maybe a handful of others, they'll get so frustrated that it'll take them out of it. I think Jokic has been distracted by officiating. You might argue in the chat, rightfully so. They're beating him up. They're not calling it fairly. I'll give it to you. I agree. I think he gets a really tough whistle. But I also think that he has to resettle because the last 2 games, I just think he has been knocked off of his game. And by the way, New York will do similar stuff tonight. They like to be physical as well. They like to be into you. So this is another game where I think Jokic has to go out there and say, I don't care if I don't get any free throws tonight. I have to will us to a win.
Well, that used to be the thing with him is like he thrived in those situations. He like relished the moment of they're going to be physical. Well, guess who's the most physical player in the world? Yeah. I do think while he's working himself back into it, he doesn't want to get re-injured. So like there is that aggravation of, look, they're getting away with all these things and that also like led to the injury in the first place, is like people getting away with things they shouldn't be able to. So I think that he's going back to that. Also, it's been a while. I feel like he's missed the game. It goes away from that rhythm that he was in. And once you start to miss shots, you typically don't. The frustration kicks in. You have like some turnovers that you're not supposed to have. The frustration kicks in. So I do hope that he gets back into a spot of like, yeah, they're letting us play. I'm going to get back to playing it. I feel like we did see that in the second half. You want it to roll over.
Are you concerned and or surprised that Christian Braun's playing? He just came back last night, and now he's playing in the second night of a back-to-back?
I'm both concerned and surprised because when he comes back, he doesn't have the same limits as everyone else. Like, he goes straight into playing 25 minutes or his same allotment of minutes, and that throws me off. Also, second night of a back-to-back, the conversation has been that they rushed him back in the first place.
Yes.
So, like, going straight back to the exact same thing, it's like, why are you playing? And we continue to see it happen with other players. A lot of people are questioning, it's easier in hindsight, but a lot of people are questioning, like, why AG played in the last game.
Yep.
So you're going to just continue to press until it goes bad. You know, you're not hoping for it, but when it happens, it's like, don't be shocked about it. So, yeah, both concerned and surprised.
To me, though, here's the thing. Karl Anthony Towns is one of the few players that seems to get up for Jokic more than Jokic gets up for him. And for good reason. Karl Anthony Towns is not one of the best centers in the NBA. I mean, he's one of, I guess. But we don't ever think of him in the same category as a Jokic, the way we think of maybe other guys that are up there. And yet, I think Cat always does. He's always like, you know what, though, it's Jokic. I'm going tonight. I'm going all out. So I think that might actually be the key matchup tonight, Jokic versus Cat.
Cat does play Jokic tough. He really does. I mean, I think Jokic, until further notice, the story is Jokic.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like him versus anybody. It's like, yo, we got to see our king actually resume the form that we saw before. Like, we're not going anywhere if Jokic is not Jokic. So that's the only thing that matters. That's all I'm going to be watching.
Is there any other matchups that you're keyed in on, Dev?
Well, now that Josh Hart is not playing in this one, I am curious to see who else steps up in this game. Like, does that give a bigger role to OG? Does that give a bigger role to Bridges? You know, like, I am curious to see what happens there. Also, I think that kind of eliminates the physicality that they're able to play, especially on a guy like Jamal. Like, are you going to put OG and Bridges, who are like the taller guys on them? Okay, that opens up the floor for Peyton Watson. That opens up the floor, for Christian Braun to try to get loose. Because now I feel like it's Landry Shamet, who I feel like he just spawns on any team that the Nuggets are playing. Every
true.
single.
He is one of those guys.
Anyone else?
I know.
Like, he's gonna get probably dealt here soon. And
he is absolutely in the.
He's going to play tonight.
The Dennis Schroeder.
Whoever they play next game, he's going to get traded to that team.
What was the big guy with the push shot for Sacramento?
Oh, Rashawn Holmes.
Yeah, we were just like, wow.
We were
how
laughing.
Many teams are we going to play against?
We were laughing so much last night about how somehow Dario Saric has the most tradable contract in the NBA. He's basically like a gift card that you use or a coupon to get a trade across the finish line.
Yeah, but I do want to see, like, who steps up in that regard, especially offensively, or does Brunson just try to do it himself? Yeah. That also would be a fun matchup. Who gets that assignment?
Well, here's your starting five.
Oh.
Jamal Murray.
Yep.
Christian Braun.
Okay.
Peyton Watson.
Yes.
Spencer Jones, who is back. He is back. And then Nikola Jokic. Now,
damn, do we have to have a... This is obviously Spencer Jones' last game with the Nuggets.
But here's the thing. I don't think it is. So you got the trade deadline tomorrow. You got another day off after that. And I expect, my full expectation, we're doing our trade special tomorrow. By the way, we have a nice little intro for it. We always try to do something fun on the intro. We have a nice one tomorrow. I'm pretty excited for it. But the trade I expect to happen tomorrow is Hunter Tyson just to be salary dumped. There's ways for Denver to do it just to get rid of him. And it would get him below the luxury tax so that the Cronkies can save a little money and get... and get Spencer Jones. So I actually think yesterday is the only game he'll have to have missed.
No, for sure that's what's happening, is that it allows them the flexible... by having the empty roster spot, it allows for some kind of movement should they want it. But it is hilarious. Like, tonight, like we could just never see him again if they don't convert him for some reason.
Also could be the last time we see Hunter Tyson, you know? Like, this might be Hunter Tyson's swan song in Denver. I don't know if we'll see him.
They're playing the Knicks.
Yeah.
We already saw the last of our that time has already came and gone. This is like hug your friends.
Yeah, might be one of those ones. Well, let's go to our next topic here, which is it is trade season. And first of all, I saw a report, I think it was from Fred Katz, who was saying there was a lot of trades today. And one of the reasons we might be seeing so many trades is if you recall the trade deadline last year, Mark Williams gets dealt for Dalton Connect to the LA Lakers. Trade deadline passes, physical failed. And so it could be that a lot of teams are moving today because they're like, we can't do a move and then get it nullified, and then all of a sudden the deadline passes.
Could be.
So we saw a handful of deals today, and they're pretty interesting. Dev, have you been able to catch up on all the trades that happened today?
I got a couple of them that happened. Give me some.
Which one stands out to you the most here? I'll tell you, a lot of these are like Eastern Conference. I'll start with the big one. The Mavs have traded Anthony Davis. And it is wild. I mean, this one doesn't have that much of a fallout. The Mavs basically salary dumped him and got some like late first round picks. Not a whole lot in return for him, but just the idea that that is the conclusion of this crazy Luka AD saga is that they just kind of got rid of him to Washington. If you didn't hear,
there's some things that just happen every single year that it just brings it back up. Like Christmas Day, like game. You're always going to mention what happened to Landry Shamet, like no matter what. Every single year something happens. When it comes to trade deadlines, that Luka trade is it reminds you.
It's a mile marker
happened.
Of life. Yeah,
it was like one of those type of things. And now every single time that something happens with Anthony Davis or Luka or anybody, you're just like, or if you see a bad trade, you go back to that trade.
Well, it's not as bad as the Luka trade
every single time, and really. The Luka trade was bad then. It's actually horrible now. He's not even on the team that traded for him anymore, and they didn't get anything out of it. And they're playing against a team in the Knicks that have Jalen Brunson. They didn't get anything out of that. So it's like two trades that they made that it reminds you of like that organization is just horrible. So yeah, Anthony Davis, he went to a team that is not even trying, right? Like they're at the Wizards.
The Wizards, yeah. I mean, they're ramping up for next season. They have, by the way, like the most outs to win the number one pick. They have all these crazy pick swaps and stuff, so they actually have a really good chance at winning it. Also, they're horrible.
They are horrible, yeah. That's true.
That part matters.
Real quickly, when they made that trade D-line, there's an upside and a downside. And Nico saw the upside. It's like, we could be a great defensive team, Kyrie. All this stuff. The downside was, things break the wrong way. It could be disaster. I honestly think if you land up 1,000 futures, they're in the worst one. Outside of getting Cooper Flag,
it went as bad as it could have possibly.
Literally as bad as it could have gone.
I mean, it was the fact that it was clearly unapproved by the basketball gods because they have been smited.
You're so right.
Because immediately after making that terrible trade, Kyrie Irving tore his ACL
immediately
and was immediately out for the season. So you're like, I guess AD and Anthony Davis aren't going to play. AD and Kyrie aren't going to play together. And then just more and more misery befell them. It was just like, then Anthony Davis hurt his eye, hurt his finger, stuff. You're like, what is happening?
What did they get for him? Who do the Mavericks have now?
So the Mavericks basically got 2 first-round picks.
They got Chris Middleton.
But
I mean, it's really, they just got, first-round picks that are late. They're not even good first-round picks.
No, it's wild. So
they should have just traded Kyrie while they were at it.
I was watching that's the cool thing about having a network of
we had a big
now.
day today.
Yeah, just watching all of our shows being like, what did we do?
Nobody's actually happy.
Dude, no one's. The Sixers traded Jared McCain.
Well, I was going to say there's another one that's maybe more pertinent to Denver, and that is that the Oklahoma City Thunder got Jared McCain basically for free. They got that 2026, the Rockets first-round pick from this year. Dude, they already have multiple other first-round picks, so in a way they had to get rid of one of them.
Yeah.
I feel like Jared McCain is a good... Only Oklahoma City can do this.
I know.
And it actually is their game plan. They have good young players like Wiggins and Wallace and Dort and AJ Mitchell, but they can keep putting new guys in, and it almost gives them full leverage control over their own players because they can just say, Casey Wallace, you're really good, man, but if we lose you, we already got another guy who's also really good.
That is wild. And also, Jared McCain, he was incredible last year.
Last year he was.
He's not been that good, but also it's on the Sixers. He's not on the Sixers anymore. I'm sure he's going to walk straight into the Thunder, piss me off every single post game. Every time he celebrates, I'm going to be mad.
He's going to put up a 3-finger with painted nails. It's gonna cut. I'm gonna tear my
Oh my
eyes
God!
out.
Him and Jalen Williams, the
God,
big one.
no,
They're
dude.
going to be.
Dude, what if Jalen Williams?
So-
what
Oh,
if we get a shot of Jalen Williams taking nail polish out of his fuzzy purse and then handing it to Jared McCain?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I think that he's going to find himself again. Also, they've been missing a true point guard that sets the tone. They don't have that. They just have dogs. A lot of pit bulls around there,
Golly,
and they
man.
just need a Yorkie. And they finally got a Yorkie.
Golly, man, it's so true. So I would say a poodle.
What about the worst part is they somehow got more annoying. Like Jared
Yes.
McCain is the ultimate TikToker,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
they're a team full of TikTokers.
Oh,
It's
no,
like, man,
dude. Are
this
we gonna
team is.
Oh God, dude! Why did you say that? Dude, TikTok is going to be a disaster zone.
I got to log off. I can't get on there for a while.
It is gonna
So
be-
the Nuggets beat them in the
Williams and
playoffs. I
Jared
can't get
Also,
on.
they gave up a first rounder, which it didn't matter for them. But like they just have those. That also reminds you,
They
like
have so
they
many.
gave up a lot for Jared McCain, but also
So
to them,
true.
not really.
dude.
They're like, we have this extra one.
Dude, they're at a
We-
place now where they just trade possibility for sure thing.
Yeah.
every time.
And the odds of you using that pick, which would probably be like the 25th pick on somebody better than Jared McCain, is kind of low.
It's zero.
Yeah, well, I mean, injuries suck for young players, man. You never know.
Sure.
Quickly, lastly, Lonzo Ball's available.
Oh,
So is Mike Conley.
You mean to be on the podcast?
So is Chris Paul potentially.
he's been available though,
to join our wait
Lonzo
staff?
Ball's been available for trade, but the Utah Jazz traded for him and are now waiving him.
for Chris Paul.
Well, Chris Paul has not been waived yet. So
For
we'll
Chris
see what
Paul,
happens.
who do you think they get rid of? Jared
Wait,
Dudley?
hold on. Hasn't Chris Paul not been with the team for like 3 months?
The Clippers
But
season
he's
has been
not
such a
waived.
disaster. The Clippers season has been such a disaster that you forget that he came back to Lob City for a farewell tour and they kicked him off the team.
Which is the most trifling thing.
It's like the fourth worst thing that's happened to him this
That's
year.
where he was successful.
I know.
And they said it won't be here.
I won't be here. But Lonzo Ball now can be acquired very, very cheaply if Denver sheds some salary to get below the tax. Same goes for Mike Conley.
They showed that Mike Conley could go straight back to the Timberwolves without it.
Really?
Meaning, because if he gets waived, like they think,
Then they
or
just pick him
bought
up?
out,
I
then
thought you
they could
couldn't.
just
Yeah, I
get
didn't
him
think you
again.
could. I think
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, if you get traded. Oh, because the first trade you can get waived, you can. But you got traded.
Yeah. He
Traded.
could go right back to them.
That's like such a little Uno reverse, you know, where you're
And it's
like,
gonna
hold on,
work.
what's the difference?
Going to work.
What's the difference?
Most chicanery ever.
I know. We'll see if Denver's active here.
Yeah.
You know what? Mike Conley should pull a Tim Conley and be like, you guys traded me. You know what? I'm going to Denver. I'm going to get you back this time.
yeah, dude. Be a Conley, man. Be clever.
That's Mike Conley and Tim Conley. Benedict Arnold.
Conley v. Conley, dude.
Before we get to bets, I have a quick update for you guys. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has an adductor strain. We're all so familiar with these adductor strains. He pulled it last night. He'll miss a couple weeks, but that means he will miss the All-Star game. And I'm not kidding when I tell you guys this. We already have some guys out. Giannis is out. We have some guys out. Jamal Murray has moved up the pecking order on Team World. And now you need a guard. Jamal Murray may become a starter in this All-Star game. But more importantly, I'm telling you, we might get a Jokic Murray. It's just that's the best options. Everybody clear out. Jokic and Murray. Shai's gone. Giannis is gone. It's Luka, Jokic, and Murray.
That is pretty crazy. And also, when it comes to SGA, like, how many games do they have? Because they said before the All-Star break. So, like, they could fall a tad.
They could, yeah.
A couple of losses. And then also, it's going to take them time to get back. It's wild how many superstars are out. I know this is so far-fetched, but also it kind of puts Jokic back in the runnings. If he has to sit games, because now they're both sitting games.
That's
he
true.
could, make up some ground.
Yeah,
but,
no, there's plenty. If Jokic comes back like he started the season, he'll win it.
yeah, he could go back into
Well,
it.
he
But
kind of
as-
has to play every game. But he is
Yeah.
playing tonight?
But as far as the All-Star portion of it, that is going to be fun because they're going to spend more time together. And also, without SGA out there, who had to be like the number one guy on that team, or at least, number two guy on that team, there's no one calling the shots. It's going to be Yoke that gets to, call the shots. So he's going to say, I want to play with Jamal. That's going to be
We
something
honestly
that they
might
share.
get our first Jokic trying a little bit in the All-Star game. I'm just saying it's on the table a little tiny bit.
It won't
Would
matter.
be fun. Well, it'd be
The
fun
game
if he
will
actually
still-
does stuff, though.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
care if it's like competitive, this or that. I just want Jokic to go out there and do the cool stuff he does.
Do like I do and don't watch it.
No, I probably won't, to be honest with you, but maybe I will. You never know. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place about $5. Get $200 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. This is the portion where we make all our money, Dev.
Time to make some money. Do you know what we did last night at Bet365?
Did we clean up?
Oh, did we?
I got the call from them. They were upset. I didn't. Yeah.
They were talking about the vacuum.
Yeah, the vacuum.
Exactly that. The Nuggets come into this game as 4.5 point underdogs.
They were 5.5 points. So line moved to Denver.
It did move. I think it's the Josh Hart going out, and then everybody got pushed into this one. So I like this. I like them covering. 4.5 is a lot. I am a little bit nervous about the fact that they didn't have to play a lot or serious last game. I know that some of the Nuggets players are just tired. Jamal right now, I can't believe that they're not trying to find a spot for him to get some rest, but we move on. So
they
I
get 2 days off after this. So.
Yeah, I like the plus 4.5. I really like the over 226 in this game. I mean, the over just has been hitting, especially like now. They put up 130 points last night, the Knicks. Denver's going to try to push them. They're going to push the pace, and they're going to be physical, which also speeds up the pace in these type of games. So I like this one of the over. On the other side, let's go with OG over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This one was tough for me because I really do like Karl-Anthony Towns in this game. He plays hard against Jokic. Like
he really does.
He circles. This is like his barometer to see where he's at. He rebounds really well. He spaces the floor with the 3 ball. They allow the 3 ball. So he probably gets his points. It's only like 18.5 points. You could do the 18.5 points. I'll do the points and rebounds with Cat, but I really like OG just to do everything because he'll complain if he doesn't
he will.
get the ball and things like that. So I like this matchup. For the 3-pointers bet, we have not seen Tim Hardaway Jr. knock down some threes lately. It's been a struggle for him. I like for him to get 2+ 3-pointers in this game. To stick with Tim Hardaway Jr., I really think this is a team full of all vets on the Knicks side. It works more for the older guys that just understand where to be because it's not like the athleticism. You're not having to match them, with all those things. Just find the open spots. He's struggling right now. I think that changes tonight. His line is only 10.5 points. I really like that one. I think he gets over 10.5 points. He could get that in threes alone. I've been liking how Jamal has been getting everyone involved, and also he's still managing to eat. His line of 6.5 assists looks like it's just too easy right now. He's been getting these in like the first half where he just tries to find people, and then he like starts to slowly score and takes over in that second half. So I like his points. I really like his assists. I think he does a little bit of both, but the assist is the one that's standing out for me. Julian Strawther came alive. He's been coming alive. Last game he played really well, and his line is extremely low.
They got a line for him?
They got a line for him. Denver's utilizing him right now. His line is 5.5 points. That's 2 shots for him.
Yeah.
He's going to get that. Just make sure that you get in on it because it just makes sense. I'm unsure what to do with P-Watt, but there's 2 bets that continue to cash for me. He scores his 15 points every single game. I think that's his line. He has been hitting that. He also has not been getting rebounds. His rebounds is 4.5. I'm going to go under on the boards. But I'm going to go over on points.
Did you put them together?
Happens. It just happens. Of course I did. It's called the P-Watt can't rebound, but he can score bet.
Okay.
That I just unleashed.
That's a good name. I like it.
It's descriptive.
Bruce Brown has been playing extremely well lately. So let's ride that hot hand. His points, rebounds, and assists is 11.5. He's been doing a little bit of everything. He's starting to score a little bit more, but also that the effort's going to be there. The assists are going to be there. So I like that points, rebounds, and assists. And for our lock, Jokic over 10.5 rebounds.
Locked it in.
Everything
This is a good rebounding team, though, man. I will tell you. This bet I would not have made on my own, but you're telling me, so I'm taking it.
When they have Josh Hart.
Yeah, that's a great point.
He's a good rebounder. He's the good rebounder. He boxes out.
Mitchell Robinson is too.
He's not. Yeah, he's good. He's good. But it's also that's the second unit. Karl-Anthony Towns and him is going to battle. Also, Jokic he had his monster rebounding game. Everything's coming to him, and they don't have a true power forward right now. So who's going to be the one that's getting the rebounds from him? It's not P-Watt. It's not Spencer Jones. Who's it going to be? I think it's Jokic that gobbles up all of those and goes back to being a space octopus.
We getting a win tonight, Eric?
Yes.
Dev?
Dude, don't forget, we're going up against the in-season champions.
Dude, I did forget that. Somebody brought it up to me yesterday. I did a guest spot, and I was like, I swear to God, I could not remember that. I was like, it was the Knicks?
Yes, dude. This is what I'm saying.
Nothing gets deleted quicker from my memory
This is
than
what I'm
the
saying
in-season
when we were
tournament.
talking about like the cultural impact of the in-season tournament.
It's -1. I remember other games from November. There's games I remember from November, not the in-season tournament championship. I don't remember it at all. Kel, we got a super chat? Oh, man. Some guy says, please, no wet lip cigarettes tonight.
Bro.
No promises.
Brother. Although that's kind of how I celebrate these days as well. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows, man. All right, guys, watch along is getting ready to get started. I love this. 5 o'clock start?
Oh man, dude.
You said it's a good night. It's a
The
good
early-
afternoon.
Got the early bird special.
Early bird special. Do us a favor and head over there, but hit the like button first on your way over.
We all silly like the mayor.